Hello everyone, and you're very welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I will kindly ask you to please hit that subscribe button, like, and hit the notification bells for more of these videos. Today we're going to speak about a live directed session, or what's also called a live session, or live direction is another way of putting it. But what is it? Well, basically, what happens to me a lot of the times when I'm doing a voiceover job for, say, a large video game company, or an advert for a TV company. For example, I did one show for Netflix, which is coming out probably later on this year. But when they hired me, they asked for a live directed session. And I recently did a video game job as an old British wizard for a video game company based in Rome, in Italy. And what they do is, like this with the camera, they video call me in my booth. They will have already previously sent me the script. So I have the script in front of me on my PC. My microphone is here, and they're telling me to read the script in the style that they want. Now, they might say louder, faster, slower. Can you sound older? Can you be more gruff? Can you make the accent stronger, for example? So I'm going to run you through a couple of points of what it is and how to prepare for a live direction and how to be ready. The first thing I would suggest is to obviously to read the script beforehand, to be familiar with it, because when they do speak to you, you know, obviously you're going to log in, they're going to see you on camera, and you might come across some words or names that you can't pronounce because you've seen them for the first time on the script. So it's really important to read the script beforehand, be familiar with the words. If there is any words that need pronouncing, like a foreign city, somewhere that you don't understand, ask them, or Google it, put it in YouTube or Google Translate, and it'll come up and you'll know. If you're still struggling, message them and say, how would you like me to pronounce this particular word or this name? Also rehearse it, but don't over rehearse the script. For example, if they say to you, there's a description there, direction written on the script, be angry when you say this line, and it might say, run for your lives, and you're going, run for your lives. But when they actually, you would have rehearsed that a couple of times when you're reading the script, but don't rehearse it too much, because they might actually want something different style when they're actually doing the live direction. So it's important to kind of keep an open mind, because you'll have to retrain your brain again, how to do it the way they want it. So read the script, don't over rehearse it. Log in early. So they're going to probably do this via Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, Source Connect, whatever it is. But if they say, for example, it's 10 a.m., be there at 9:50 a.m. Be early, because it's always better to be early, and it looks a lot more professional. I mean, for them, some people are not very happy when people are not punctual, when they're late, waiting on people, because a lot of these, they're the TV producers or radio commercial producers or video game producers, and they have busy schedules. So maybe there's someone else on a meeting 45 minutes after you. So it's important to be on time. The next one is really important, to hydrate. So hydrate before. Drink lots of water the night before, the morning before. But don't try and drink lots of water and hydrate an hour before your Zoom call or your live directed session, because you're going to spend half the time running to the loo, to the toilet, and that's not very professional at all. So by any means, bring the water into the booth with you for your session and hydrate. But they're paying you for your time, so you want to be there for them and be hydrated, and make sure your throat and your voice is ready to go. Also, just off the top of my head, I mean, live directions you also charge extra for. So if someone emails you on your website, or if it's through a platform, they say, can you do a live direction? You say, yes, I offer it, but it'll be an extra $50 or $100 or whatever it is per half hour or per hour. Make sure that that you let them know that beforehand, or you've already arranged a fee for a live direction. Often a live direction or a live directed session is not included in the price of your voiceover, because it's, it takes a lot more time. And if it's a voiceover you can do in your own time within an hour, 2 hours, or the rest of the day, depending on how, what your delivery time is. But a live directed session, you have to be there at a specific time. So they should definitely compensate you for that. Now, what might seem really strange, but it's actually very important, is your clothing. Don't wear any clothing. Don't wear a watch, or, something that could clink, or something with buttons, or something that's heavy that can actually hit off the microphone or hit off your booth. That could make a noise that later on, after your live director session is done and you've hung up on your call and you're doing the editing, there it is, this big clink of a watch, or something hits off your glass or your mouse or whatever. That's what you don't want. So be careful what you wear. Loose clothing, and no jewelry, no watches. Okay. Plenty of things tell the time these days, especially in your booth. Now, the most important thing, and I do know a very well-renowned voice actor who did this, but during a live director session, is don't forget to press record. Yes, don't forget to press record, because it could be, you're so anxious and so hyped up and ready to go for this live directed session that you actually forget to press record, do the whole session, and then boom, you're in trouble. So yeah, that's a really important one. If the script is small, like for example, if it's like, I recently did a World War II video game as an old Cockney soldier, and basically there were just chants, you were just commands. So if the script is small, do a couple of takes, and it's not super big. It's not like, a couple of thousand words, because a lot of times they'll ask you anyway, but it's also good to offer and go, look, I'll do a couple of versions of this to give you an example. So, marching on soldiers, marching on soldiers, a couple of different ones to give them some options, and they'll appreciate it too, that if you take the initiative and say, look, I'll do a couple of versions to give you some options, they'll like that for sure. And then the delivery, if they ask them if they want it, if, for example, if there's different pages or different lines, or, sometimes people want things in separate files. So it's always good to have this cleared up the start of your live direction, your meeting, your live directed session. How do you want it? Do you want it in a WAV file? Do you want it MP3? I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a WAV file, but they might want separate files also. So for example, if it's like an e-learning project and there's 10, 20 sections, do they want them in separate files? Ask them that too. So that's quite important. So that's more or less your live director session. It's not the most common thing, but it does happen every now and then that you will be asked by, normally it's bigger clients, it's bigger production companies, video game companies, etc. They'll ask, can you do a live directed session? But also remember, always say, yes, I can, but for a price. So you can always charge extra for that. And it's also very, it's an important thing to have, because it's an extra means of income. It's not just, you're not just delivering the voiceover, you're also providing this service, an extra service to provide that can make you more money in your voiceover career. I mean, just get all you need is a camera, and basically put it in your studio, and you should be good to go. And there's no need to be nervous with these things. Once you rehearse, or sorry, don't rehearse over, but once you read the script and do a little bit of rehearsal, and just come in nice and relaxed. And I think the more you do, the easier they will become. I actually, for me now, I've done quite a few, so you can also interact, and it's also good to break the ice as well with the client at start. How are you, or the weather, or what's going on. I mean, sadly, the conversation among the world has been, what's COVID like where you are, but just in general, a job you've recently done, or where you're based, or a city, something you can relate to. Break the ice, have a giggle, have a laugh, and then you'll find that you can flow with your directed session a lot easier. Anyway, I hope that helps you. I hope the tips help. As I asked earlier on, if you can, please subscribe to the channel, like, and the best of luck. Any questions at all, stick them in the comment section below, and I will be glad to answer them. So, as always, happy voiceover.